Endeavor bills itself as a global network for high-impact entrepreneurs. It selects, supports, and invests in category-defining companies that are impacting economies around the world. One of these Endeavor companies is Solfácil, a Brazilian energy company aiming to drive a solar revolution in the region. Joining me now to share more is Fabio Carrara, Solfácil's founder and CEO. Fabio, welcome.
Ashley, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
All right, so what is Solfácil?
So Solfácil is Brazil's energy OS. It's an operating system for energy in the home. We're creating the interface between consumers and energy. And now that we're living in a society that energy is becoming even more important, that's really important. So basically, we're driving rooftop solar adoption. Customers are installing battery. We're helping consumers to make the most of their EVs and to provide grid services. As of today, we're the largest solar fintech in Brazil. We're a top e-commerce platform. We have more than 100,000 IoTs installed in Brazil, and we're just starting.
Who are your customers?
Well, our customers, energy customers, so pretty much everybody.
All right, and what role does energy play in the world right now?
So energy is the input for everything. We take energy for granted sometimes, but when there is a shutdown, when we are without energy, we see how important it is. And more, we're moving towards a society where energy is even more important. With the adoption of EVs, data centers, crypto, energy will become even more important. So energy is the ultimate currency. It's the backbone of economies today.
And what is the energy infrastructure like in the region that you serve?
So in Brazil, like everywhere in the world, the grid is 100-year-old. It served us well for the last 100 years, but now with the exponential growth of energy consumption, it's getting more difficult to keep up with the traditional structure of centralized power generation and long transmission lines. So more and more, we're gonna need a grid that is distributed. Just for you to have an idea, in Brazil in the last 5 years, distributed solar was the #1 source of new electricity capacity added in the country. And most of this capacity was on top of houses, many of them financed by Solfácil. So we're moving towards an infrastructure that is going to be more and more decentralized.
How will the infrastructure be updated? Like, what does that look like in practice? Like, who invests in it? Do companies invest in it? The government? Like, what is the breakdown?
So traditionally, the government tries to facilitate the process and to make sure that we have infrastructure to keep up with the needs of the country. It's a very strategic resource. But more and more with the advent of distributed solar, we're giving power to consumers to also play an important role in that sense. So as I told you, Brazil is a country that typically has a very high interest rate environment. It's a challenge country to deploy infrastructure. Still, households were responsible for deploying the most of our new added capacity in the last 5 years. So it's sort of a revolution where we're giving power to people, literally.
And I understand that Solfácil has proprietary technology. Can you break that down for us?
So we have our mix of hardware and software proprietary technology. We call it smart, intelligent energy. So basically it's an IoT that we're deploying to thousands of homes in Brazil, hopefully millions of homes. Brazil has 80 million energy customers, and what it provides to us, to consumers and our partner installers, it's real-time data of what's happening energy-wise in the home, and that's pretty interesting because it allows us to share insights with those consumers and provide solutions for them to make better use of their energy. For example, they can produce their own energy if they have a space on their roof. They can put storage if they have grid outages, or if they have the opportunity to do energy arbitrage in regions where there's time of use pricing signals for consumers. And the beauty of our technology is that it not only provides like rich data, but it also allows us to remote control the assets that exist in the home. The solar panel, the battery, the car that is nothing more than a huge battery on 4 wheels. And we've been able to control those assets remotely. We can provide grid services and help the grid to be stable. An example of that, it's time shifting. Basically, use the battery of the car to suck energy from the system when the energy is abundant, and to discharge energy when energy is scarce. That's very important. Those are the things that we're helping with Solfácil.
How has Endeavor supported you in your entrepreneurship?
So it's all about connections with entrepreneurs. Like, being an entrepreneur is a very, very lonely role. You don't really have a boss to tell you what to do, and sometimes that's difficult. So it's good to be part of Endeavor and connect with other entrepreneurs, some of which are going through things that you're going now, and you ask for some advice, or the opposite. Some of them were facing a challenge that you faced before, and you can help them. We call it give back. So I'm really happy to be an Endeavor outlier entrepreneur and to be contributing in Brazil and everywhere in the world with that role.
I think you're the third entrepreneur today who told me that it's lonely. Why is it lonely?
Because being an entrepreneur, I mean, you're gonna try something that nobody did before. You get from a comfort zone of working to somebody, so someone will tell you what to do. And from outside, it's very noble, but in reality, it's that you wake up and you don't really know what to do every day. So you get used to that feeling. It requires you to be used to that, but it's very lonely.
All right. Well, glad you have Endeavor to support you and
Yeah.
to connect with other
Yeah.
entrepreneurs. Fabio, thank you so much for joining us at the New York Stock Exchange.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
My pleasure.